ha bitakia pi akeded wahi chante waste hetsera ke ded wahib dokega wahib duta ke uka ake Dakota Iapi hana ure epekte ka hanija dokia nakapi hetsa hana anarupta nakapte tukte uhna oyaki hip ka ha ito Dakota Iapi hana ikikchumia Dakota Iapi he Nina waste Dwe was Dakota Iapta hetchen mishwachi. Hana hetach tokata kia hana yuhama unipta. Ka ito de uskamsi said wotchake akewa jiwa karikta. Ka hana takukta na ija uskamtang na wastekta editoria. Chante wastea hetchen na uskamta. Taku ukaaptang na isna kutaya hetchen. Taku da sitiktisne hetchen na. Ito wotchake wa karikta. Tukashira wakata ka ito. Kewa maaka ya. Dedwa hibra take. Stea hetchera ke yokpia. Dakota Iapi ake na uspe ucha kikta. Uka wakanta ka ito. Anaropta na kega. Ino naktaku wahadus na kiki. Hana amitik tu jamia. Taku waste chana hana. Hetcher uspepta. Hana ya kea. Uka hana ija tona hana wawang ya kapi. Anaropta ya kapi hetcha hana. Taya ikikchupta. Dakota Iapi he nina tuhatu se utechika. Iota tue Dakota iesnika. Akitina ke aus ake. Ka wotsa ke ohna tue wichadeka ha. Hana isa awasta na hetsa hana uspepto. Ja ke ukihipi. Ukatana hetsen usia. Hoiti sega ito usi makina ja omakia heittitoja mitakevas. Mitakeapi, it's always important to talk to the Creator. Like I said, time and time again before, we need to have that connection with Wakantanka because he was the one that gave us this beautiful language and how to use it in a good way. And we try and learn, especially the young ones, the new ones are having a hard time trying to learn the language because when they grew up, when they were born and growing up, nobody taught them the language. Nobody taught them the Dakota way of life. Nobody taught them the roles of the Dakota Wia or Wicha, the role of the women, the role of the men. And those are very important. Nobody taught them how to say prayer, how to act accordingly when you attend certain events in your communities, because there is some protocols that we need to follow. This is why our Dakota way of life with connection with the language is very important, because when we understand and begin to speak the language, these will fall into place and it will make it much more easier for everybody to accept each other. And and there's no hard way or there's no easy way. You just have to listen and try and learn. The best way to me, this is my thought, the best. But if you continue to start writing it, it takes a lot of time. You know, it will take up your time instead of trying to learn. So if again, if you have any kind of a recording device, use it as much as possible. When you go into places, ask the person that is speaking Dakota if you can record them, because you don't understand what they are saying. So you will take it home and you'll listen to the words that are being spoken and to try and understand, make something out of it. So, and I will continue to put this forward because I strongly, strongly believe that one day, I don't know when, maybe after I'm gone, but one day everybody will be speaking Dakota. And this is why I'm here, to do what I can for people to start picking up this language and apply it to themselves, to others, to families, to their children. It's so important. When your children are learning the language at home, when they come back to the home, listen to them. Try and learn from them. And at the same time, try and learn from what you are hearing right now, through this live stream. And, we're trying to reach out in different ways to promote our language because we don't want to lose it. We want to keep it because our language is our life. It is our way of life to be who we are as Dakota people. So yesterday I did some food, a short verb. So that's what I'm going to do. Yesterday I used the word mag-u, which means give me. And then I added the foods like Iapi, ure mag-u, give me some bread. Asampi ure mag-u. See, these are the ones I did yesterday. So today I'm going to use a different verb, and this is wachi. Wachi, I want. Ure wachi, I want some. So I'm going to go through this list I have. Again, I will repeat it a few times because that's the only way as you keep hearing it over and over. It may sound, tiring, but that's the only way we'll learn because I don't get tired of it. I enjoy doing it. So I want you to learn it in a good way. So listen carefully. Iapi ure wachi. Iapi ure wachi. I want some bread. Iapi ure wachi. Pejuta sapa ure wachi. Pejuta sapa ure wachi. Pejuta sapa ure wachi. I want some coffee. Bado ure wachi. Bado ure wachi. Bado ure wachi. I want some potatoes. Bado ure wachi. Wojapi ure wachi. Wojapi ure wachi. Wojapi ure wachi. I want some pudding. Tanira ure wachi. Tanira ure wachi. Tanira ure wachi. I want some tripe. Tanira ure wachi. Chahapi ure wachi. Chahapi ure wachi. Chahapi ure wachi. I want some sugar. Sugar. Soup. Wahapi ure wachi. Wahapi ure wachi. Wahapi ure wachi. I want some soup. Wahapi ure wachi. Parizizi ure wachi. Parizizi ure wachi. Parizizi ure wachi. Parizizi ure wachi. I want some carrots. Pshi ure wachi. Pshi ure wachi. Pshi ure wachi. I want some onions. Asampi suta ure wachi. Asampi suta ure wachi. Asampi suta ure wachi. I want some cheese. Witka ure wachi. Witka ure wachi. Witka ure wachi. I want some eggs. Tado ure wachi. Tado ure wachi. Tado ure wachi. I want some meat. Meniskuya ure wachi. Meniskuya ure wachi. Meniskuya ure wachi. I want some salt. Meniskuya sapa ure wachi. Meniskuya sapa ure wachi. Meniskuya sapa ure wachi. I want some pepper. Wihdi ure wachi. Wihdi ure wachi. Wihdi ure wachi. I want some lard. Wamana heza ure wachi. Wamana heza ure wachi. Wamana heza ure wachi. I want some corn. Taspan ure wachi. Taspan ure wachi. Taspan ure wachi. I want some apples. Tipsida ure wachi. Tipsina ure wachi. Tipsina ure wachi. Champa ure wachi. Champa ure wachi. Champa o rewa chin. I want some choke cherries. Psi o rewa chin. Psi o rewa chin. Psi o rewa chin. I want some rice. Psi is like it refers to different kinds of rice, but a lot of people use the white rice. So you add ska because this is what we use. This is what we have in our household. Psi ska. Psi ska. That's the white rice. Psi ska urewa chi. I want some white rice. Asampi Asampi urewa chi. Asampi urewa chi. I want some milk. Wahpe urewa chi. Wahpe urewa chi. Wahpe urewa chi. I want some tea. Mani urewa chi. Mani urewa chi. Mani urewa chi. I want some water. Okay, so as you are saying ure, that's the, you'll feel the r, but it's kind of like soft. Ure. Because sometimes, when you talk a little bit fast, you can't really hear it. Like, bado ure wache. You don't really, hear that sound, but you can feel it in your throat. Ure. Ure mag u. So that's what we did. We have now, you know how to use some foods, like give me whatever, and I want whatever, like bado, tado, psi, parizizi. You can add those. So when you are in your kitchen and you're asking somebody to give you whatever bado ure wachi, or bado ure maku. So as you will peel it to make some wahampi. Wahampi wakarekte. I'm going to make some soup. Wahampi ure wakarekte. Wahampi ure wakarekte. I'm going to make some soup. Something that you would make like tea. Wahpe ure wakarekte. Wahpe ure wakarekte. Wahpe ure wakarekte. I am going to make some tea. Or pejiota sapa ure wakarekte. Pejiota sapa ure wakarekte. Pejiota sapa ure wakarekte. I am going to make some coffee. So just, I just threw those in, something that you can make. Wakare. Wakare is make. And then now we would go into away from all the foods. I wanted to get into some of the animals. The domestic animals, we all know those now, like Posida, cat, Shunka. Every household, on the reservation has a Shunka, dog, Shunka. Ampahotuna, Ampahotuna, Ampahotuna. That's a chicken. Shunkawaka, 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 horse. Ptewa, Ptewa no pi, Ptewa no pi, Ptewa no pi. That's a cow. Ptewa no pi, cow. And Ptehi Jada, Ptehi Jada, Ptehi Jada is a calf. Ptehi Jada. Shushuna, 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 or whichever. Shushuna is a donkey. Shushuna. Hitunkara, Hitunkara, Hitunkara is mouse. Hitunkara. And Kukushi, 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 a pig. So we'll go over those. Posida, Shunka, Shoaka, Hetunkara, Ptewanopi, Ptejichera, Shushuna, Kukushi, Shushuna. I keep saying Shushu, Shushuna, Shushu, Shushuna. Just get all mixed up. Okay, some of the wild animals. I have maca, maca, maca is ska. Hitunkasa, Hetunkasa is a weasel. Hetunkasa. Shorida, 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 fox. Tachja, Tachja is a deer. Hechaka, Hechaka, that's a male elk. Hechaka. Mato, Mato, bear. Hoka, Hoka is a badger. Hoka. Wambadi, Wambadi, eagle. Chapa, Chapa, a beaver. Dokshincha, 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 mink, mink. Sigpe, sigpe, muskrat. Mastincha, mastincha, rabbit. Maraxicha, 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 a duck, duck. Shunktocha, shunktocha, wolf, shunktocha. Wecha, wecha, raccoon. Zuzuecheda, zuzuecheda, a snake. Pahi, pahi is a porcupine. Pahi. Hora, hora, fish. Mara, mara, a goose, goose. Tatanka, tatanka, a buffalo. Okay, I think I got all that. So I'll go over them. Hitunkasa, hitunkasa is a weasel. Hechaka, hechaka, elk. Tachcha, deer. Mato, bear. Wambadi, eagle. Dokshincha, dokshincha, mink. Sinkpe, sinkpe, muskrat. Mastincha, mastincha, rabbit. Maraxicha, maraxicha, a duck. Zuzuicheda, zuzuicheda, snake. Wecha, wecha, a raccoon. Pahi, pahi, a porcupine. Hora, 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 fish. Mara, mara, a goose. Zintkara, zintkara, bird, bird. Okay, so we have our wild animals. And then some of the insects that we see most of the time in the summer is Zusbacha. Zusbacha. Zusbacha is a dragonfly. Uktomi. Uktomi. Spider. Tajushka. Tajushka is an ant. Tajushka. Chapunka. Chapunka, a mosquito. Kimamana. Kimamana, butterfly. Kimamana. Taskakpa. 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 It's a wood tick. So we have Susbacha, a dragonfly. Uktobi, a spider. Tajushka, ant. Chapunka, a mosquito. Kimamana, butterfly. Taskakpa, a wood tick. And Psipsichada. Psipsichada is a grasshopper. So give yourself time to think about these words, and we'll take a 10-minute break and we'll come back again. Ake ito uskamta. Hetsahana taku naka ichamong na wabaduskaraga naku wamani chaking na ake epekta. Taka we are going to do the animals again, the domestic animals and the wild animals and the insects, but I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to pick and choose, the easier ones. And what I'm going to do is I'll make a phrase. And since everybody knows their colors and numbers, well, we're going to put that into them. Like, for instance, Bosida Wambadake. Bosida Num Wambadake. I saw 2 cats. Bosida Num. Num is Numpa, but we cut it short when we are using it in a phrase or a sentence. Wambadake is I saw. Bosida Num Wambadake. I saw 2 cats. That's what it means. So that's what we are going to be doing. Shunka ska Wambadake. Shunka ska Wambadake. I saw a white dog. Shunka ska Wambadake. Shunka ska Wambadake. I saw a white dog. Tachja Yamani Wambadake. Tachja Yamani Wambadake. Tachja Yamani Wambadake. I saw 3 deer. Tachja Yamani Wambadake. Shunkawaka Sapa Num Wambadake. Shunkawaka Sapa Num Wambadake. I saw 2 black horses. Shunkawaka Sapa Num Wambadake. Shunkawaka Sapa Num Wambadake. I saw two horses. I saw 2 black horses. Tatanka Re Zapta Wauchabadake. Tatanka Re Zapta Wambadake. I saw what number did I say? Tatanka Re Zapta Wambadake. I saw 5 brown buffalo. I saw 5 brown buffalo. Tatanka Re Zapta Wambadake. Mato Sapa Wambadake. Mato Sapa Wambadake. I saw a black bear. Mato Sapa Wambadake. I saw a black bear. Mashita ska num Wambadake. Mashita ska num Wambadake. Mashita ska num Wambadake. I saw 2 white rabbits. Mashita ska num Wambadake. Hoga Zapta. Hoga Sapa zapta wabadake. Hora sapa zapta wabadake. I saw 5 black fish. Hora is fish. Sapa, black. Zapta, 5. Wabadake, I saw. I saw 5 black fish. Hechaka Yamani Wambadake. Hechaka Yamani Wambadake. Hechaka elk Yamani 3 Wambadake saw. Hechaka Yamani Wambadake. I saw 3 elk. Hetukada Chota Dob Wabadake. Hetukada Chota Dopa Wabadake. Hetukada mouse. Chota gray. Dopa 4 Wabadake. I saw 4 gray mice. Is it making sense to you? Kukushi Yamani Wambadake. Kukushi Yamani Wambadake. Kukushi Yamani Wambadake. Kukushi pig Yamani 3 Wambadake. I saw 3 pigs. Uktomi Sapa Wambadake. Uktomi Sapa Wambadake. Uktomani Sapa Wambadake. Uktomi spider Sapa black Wambadake. I saw 3 spiders. It's kind of hard to say it real slow, and then I get all mixed up. But hang in there, we're getting there. Chapunka Ota Wambadake. Chapunka Ota Wambadake. Chapunka mosquito. Ota lots or many Wambadake. I saw lots of mosquitoes. Chapa ri waji Wambadake. Chapa ri waji Wambadake. Chapa beaver waji 1. Ri brown Wambadake saw. I saw 1 brown beaver. Chapa ri waji Wambadake. And the last one, Zitkara to num Wambadake. Zitkara to num Wambadake. Zitkara bird. To blue. Num 2 Wambadake. I saw 2 bluebirds. Zitkara to num Wambadake. I saw 2 bluebirds. So those are some of the words that you can, especially like with the animals, you can add color, You can add number, then you can add the verb like I saw, or I can't think of any verbs just offhand right now, but that's just an example of what I'm trying to put across to make a very short sentence. And you can do that, with other nouns, like maybe with foods or coats, clothing, pieces of clothing, foods, uh, outdoor stuff, something that you see like an object, you can, put it together and create a short phrase. So, but we will come back to that and we will continue to start putting, verbs and nouns together to start creating very short phrases. So before before I sign off, I just want to put out some of the everyday words that we hear. Inina, inina, ininayaka means be quiet. Ininayaka. Inaje. Inaje, that's the women female way. Inaje, stand up. Inaje, or you can just say inaje. Kikta, kikta, wake up. You can add wana, which is now. Wana kikta, get up now, or wake up now. Wana, wana kikta. Wana ishtima, wana ishtima. Go to sleep now, go to sleep now. Inachne, inachne, hurry. Or there's another word, koyana. That's another word for hurry. Inachne, koyana, hurry. Hiu, hiu, come, come. Ininayanka, ininayanka, sit quietly. Ininayanka, sit quietly. So these are just little everyday phrases that you can use, for especially, with children. Ininayaka, or inina. Inaje. Wana kikta, wana ishtima, inachni, which is hurry, koyana, another way of saying hurry, hiu, hiu, come, ininayanka, sit quietly, ininayanka. So these are very very important. That's a start of, telling your children little just basic commands, that they would understand, to use it instead of, just saying, go to bed or go to sleep. Just say, wana ishtima, wana ishtima. You keep saying that over and over to them, and they'll pick up right away. It's children, they can absorb faster because their little minds are still, working and, wanting to learn new stuff every day. Or you could, whether you want them to hurry. Kuiana, inachne. If you want them to hurry and dress up. Kuiana, inina, inachne. Inina is quiet. Be quiet. Hugh, Hugh, come. Inina yanka. Inina yanka. Sit quietly. So these are just little short phrases that can be applied and used every day. Like if you want them, I'll introduce two different ones. Teopaki yoga. Teopaki yoga. Open the door. Teopaki yoga. Open the door. Tiopa echediea. Tiopa echediea. Close the door. Tiopa echediea. Close the door. Tiopa ki yoga. Open the door. Tiopa echediea. Close the door. So listen to the phrase Tiopa ki yoga. Tiopa ki yoga. Tiopa ki echediea. Tiopa ki echediea. So, we use those two quite a bit, in our households when, especially children, sometimes they leave the door open and we tell them to close it. Tiopa echediea. So, my friends and relatives out there, I'm very thankful to be here, to try and teach this language that is so important to us. There's not very many people that are very fluent right now, and this is what we're trying to do is, to increase fluent speakers in our communities. And the only way we can do that is if we continue, to say the words, listen to the words. A long time ago, people never wrote anything down. It was all through listening. And that's how we learned. It started right from when a child was born. The baby was spoken to, with the language. And as they grew older, they knew. They knew just that one language. And because our language came from the Creator, our language was sacred. There was no harsh words, only kind, generous words. And people, spoke softly. There was no yelling. There was nobody getting upset. But because our words were so gentle, and we used it and applied it in that way towards each other, towards everybody, young and old. We talked and spoke kindly to each other because we had that compassion within ourselves, because that's all we knew was caring and being compassionate. We didn't know anything else until, colonization came into our lives, and slowly it began to change our way of thinking. They took our language. They took a lot of things. But some of us held on to it. Some in secrecy, you know, just held on to it as much as we can. So this is why, it's important to know, how life was at one point in time before colonization. So we need to accept our ways. And we cannot blame anybody for losing our language. It just happened. Our parents tried to protect us because if they didn't send us to school, they were going to send them to jail. And our parents didn't want that. So they reluctantly sent their children to school. Some of them did. Some just kept them at home. But I was sent away because my parents, my dad especially, did not want to go to jail because he was a farmer. He started to farm and he wanted to keep it going. He wanted something for them when his children came back, that there will still be a home and there'll still be food. So this is the reason why he sent us away. And then we came back and everything was still the same. But unfortunately, some of us lost our language. But shortly after, it started to come back again because my parents were fluent speakers and they still believed our way of life, the Dakota way of life. My mother still had a role as, looking after her children the best way she can, to raise us to be good citizens in the community. And my father did the same thing. He provided for us, made sure that we didn't go hungry. And he did this, in a Dakota way because he believed in our Dakota way of life. He treasured his children and did kind things, helpful things for us to keep on going and become who we want to become. So my friends, my relatives, just a little short story that I wanted to share, how a lot of people lost their language in different ways, but this is how, I lost my language, just by being sent away to school. But, I came back and I picked it up again, and here I am, trying to pass that on to my own relatives here in my community, to the children, to my family, my extended family, because I love what I do and I want them to know and to understand the Dakota language and our Dakota way of life. Tēnā hei chitoea. Thank you for listening.